everyone, it's Bree with Reads and Rituals, and I'm back with the reading. So I've been channeling for like the last 45 minutes to an hour, so don't mind, I'm a little flustered. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to talk about. The universe is giving me some messages today. Let me, in the meantime, light this incense because I gotta figure out what my Palo Santo is at. But my kid is in the background talking, making himself known, so but you know, he don't want to be away from me, so yeah. But I hope y'all are doing well. You know, on this, I'm recording on a Sunday today, so yep. So let's see what the universe has to say, but I'll talk about the pre-shuffles real quick. So in the pre-shuffles, the last reading I was talking about how you left the main spirit you've been working with for a while, and now you're working with some new spirits. But now I'm hearing, I heard about, you know, the past spirit trying to come back and negotiate, and you allowed that to occur, but you know, you're not like back. They just kind of like, they just want to be an observer. So they want to be more than an observer, but you like, all right, like I'm about to just, at this point, I'm, you know, keeping the peace, so to speak. So you still ain't fucking with them like that, but they just an observer, but like more front and center because you gave them that permission instead of them just being intrusive. You know, like you're being intrusive anyway. Like, I gotta do what I gotta do still. Like, life gotta go on for me regardless. So you just letting them do that, and but you're still giving the glory and the honor to the spirits that you're now working with. Bless you, honey. So yeah, we got you're the magician. You know, they think they're gonna get wish fulfillment from this, but you're just, at this point, you don't care about anything else other than yourself, which you've been focusing on yourself. It's like your only competition is yourself. It's, you know, like that Moneybagg Yo song, Me Versus Me. So if you know, like hip hop, or if you just want to listen to that song, yeah. So I got my black candle going for protection, pink candle going for heart chakra, balancing energy while I do this. So let's get into it. Just give me a few more moments. But let's just say a few words of affirmation. So universe, grant me the power and the confidence, and you know, keep my energy calm, cool, and collected as I bring these readings out for the, you know, collective that I'm reading for. Let the messages be authentic, and so it is. It's like they just keep coming with this contradicting energy, and you're living authentically, and so you're still dealing with a lot of projections. Back of the deck, Four of Swords in reverse. So they're not, these, whoever's been against you, they're like at unrest. They're not resting, like in their mind. And like, you know, I said in previous readings, if you're on TikTok, by the way, reads and rituals on TikTok as well. So yeah, these spirits that you're dealing with, because everything's spiritual, so even when you're, just going to reiterate, even when you're going outside, out and about, these spirits are manifesting in the 3D realm, and humans like jumping into them really fast. So they weren't, you know, it's like they've been isolating you, but because they want you to fuck around and find out, but you're not trying to do that. You're being smart about it. So we got King of Pentacles in reverse. So if you're a divine feminine, what you're going to keep running into, at least for the time being, is King of Pentacles in reverse, so I wouldn't advise it. And you're going to keep running into Six of Cups in reverse. So this could be people from your past lives. So in past lives, you know, you could have got fucked over by these people that they want you to repeat the same toxic patterns. With the Moon in reverse, you know, there's things that aren't known right now. Cancer energy. These people could be Cancers or any type of water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in reverse. With Knight of Wands, they just want to have a quick encounter. Whether if it's like a short conversation, like monitoring spirit energy to get information out. You're the Empress. You know, you have a lot of ideas that you're trying to bring about, but you're blocking off communication from these people because you already know what's going on spiritually. So they're just trying to test you. Back of the deck, Four of Swords in reverse. So it's like, once again, there's just a lot of back and forth energies. Your resources could be being affected. So double confirmation. We got Eight of Wands in reverse in the other deck as well. So yeah, like you're really like standing on business. Let's get some playing cards. So universe, what messages do you have for the collective? You could be feeling tired more than usual with the Four of Swords in reverse. Because usually it's like you're getting rest, but it's like you've already gotten the rest that you need to get. You're ready to go back to doing your thing, and you're having to push yourself like way more than usual. But you know, you're still doing what you gotta do, but it's just annoying. Four of Wands, they want to go back to some toxic union. You know, I'm just, you know, if I were you, I'd be like telling them energetically, like, time heals all wounds, like you'll get over it eventually type shit, because you're not fucking with it. Like, they want you to put your guard down. They're trying to act like they're putting their guard down with you, but they're not. They're just love bombing you. Four of Cups. They want you to think you're missing the opportunity by not engaging in low vibrational toxicity, but you already know you're not. Two of Wands. You're only worried about your own goals and your own endeavors. Two of Hearts. Yeah, Two of Cups came out in reverse on the tarot deck. So yeah, this is an unfavorable union. So yeah, with this Six of Cups upright, they're trying to act like they're this Six of Cups upright. They're not, you know, this is just love bombing. So it's like, if push comes to shove and you, let's say for example, you're single, or you know, you're partnered, but you've been like pulling back from their partner for whatever reason. They want you to just engage, at least in the love bombing stage, and they're saying they're going to keep their mask on for you. But, I mean, it's not for long. Like, they can't even handle keeping their mask on long enough for you to even deal with them on that level. 5 of Swords upright. I did get that in the pre-shuffles as well. So they're just fighting still, and now because you put them in the observant, you're still blocking them, but you're just doing minimal communication. They want you to listen to how lost they are without you. Robin Thicke song. Lost without you, can't help myself. How does it feel to know that I love you, baby? Lost without you. Three of Pentacles. They want your collaboration, but just by you existing, you're collaborating. Like, you're on this earth, aren't you? You ain't want to be here. Or for those who say we chose this shit, we probably did choose something, but they gave us something totally different. We're on a mission right now, a spiritual mission to set things straight, at least for ourselves, and then it'll manifest accordingly. Because just by us existing, we affect our outside world because of our energetic footprint. 8 of Cups in reverse. They don't want to leave you alone. There's also this hip-hop song called Leave Me Alone. It may not be called Leave Me Alone, but I forgot who it's by. Maybe it's Trippie Redd, or Trippie Redd could be significant. I haven't heard nothing from him recently. Four of Pentacles, they're still holding on to you. Kind of like redundant messages. Page of Cups. Also, I'm sorry, y'all just gotta deal with my son, you know, in the background. Because if I try to put him in the other room with the TV and his toys, like, he will just start going crazy. So, like, I even tried to put him right next to me, and then he just tries to, like, tear everything apart. He's in that stage where he's just trying to explore everything, but he still wants me around, like, obviously. But he used to be able to be chilling, but, you know, in his own energy, but he just, you know, going through his stages. But anyway, so Page of Cups, they're trying to give you this, you know, fucked up ass offer of nothing. They're trying to give you an empty cup, and it's like they want you to fill up the cup. You're not filling shit up no more. You have nothing to even grab from. 3 of Swords in reverse, you're still healing from the betrayal. 9 of Pentacles, you're still self-sufficient, but they want you to get back into this codependent energy. You know, you're not falling for any of this shit anymore, so I don't know why they keep doing this spell work on you, thinking that if they just stay persistent, that you will eventually fall for it or just give in. Yeah, with this card, you cast a spell with your existence. So yeah, just by you existing, you're already helping them out. So I don't understand that. Universe, I'm really trying to just read for an hour, regardless of how I feel. I might have to what do you call it? Take little breaks and then come back until it gets to an hour. If it ends up being a little less, it's fine. I'm trying to at least get to 45 minutes and try to give y'all as many messages as I can. So this one says protect what you love. It is your duty and responsibility. So this could be like your hobbies that are really important to you. Like, for example, if you have like an idea, like if you like if you have an idea of something you want to do, like say you wanted to go for a run today and you're trying to do your morning routine to go for a run, but you're feeling like really sluggish. It's like they don't want you to do what you want to do. They want to have all the control. But I was watching this reader on TikTok and he was like, just stay holding your ground because, and stay like in control of your triggers because they're trying to trigger you. And if you just like fold or give in, you're just giving all the control back to the enemy. So, this card says, have the courage to be free. Know that freedom begins where desire ends. So, whether you go running or not, so to speak, you can like still have the courage to be free, like still have it in your mind and keep it in your mind, And even if you end up just walking, like at least drive to where you're gonna go to a run or walk there, like get there. How you gonna get there? Like show them that you're still gonna try regardless. Or show yourself because you don't have to prove yourself to anything or anybody. It says the time for romance has come and it's showed up in reverse. So like I was saying, I feel like you're content, being to yourself and like growing and nurturing your, whatever you've been doing, like your craft or your hobbies or, just getting up and going to work every day. I feel like they could be slowing down that too and like trying to stop your money or, maybe you're at a job that you love, but lately you've been going to work and it's been slow, like productivity at work has been slow. And so you're just sitting there like questioning your job. But, it's just energetic manipulation. And this one says, listen to the eternal song of your soul. Tune into it and learn to trust it. This came up in reverse. They don't want you to listen to yourself. I was listening to this song right before. I listen to music every morning, like to, get me ready for the day, like my favorite songs or whatever. And Show Me What You Got by Jay-Z. And it was like, and then part of it, he was like, oh, you got 2 months to get yourself together. Good luck. So I feel like they keep trying to threaten you, like you got 2 months to get it together. But why in my last reading yesterday, it was like, we're going to give you 5 weeks to 5 months. And now they're trying to say, now you got 2 months to get, they don't know. They don't know what threat is gonna actually get you riled up. Like, and even if you are reacting, it's still not, they want you to have like a really extreme, like frantic reaction. It's like whether you get frantic or not, you're still gonna like get back up and try again. Aaliyah, try again. Like, this one says a partnership for the new age. It's time to welcome it. But it came up in reverse. Like, they know the partnership is false. And for the last 48 hours, my candles have been burning faster than usual. Like they're really trying to like invade in your space. Like my candles, like I put my energy in my candles. I cleanse. I'm constantly saying affirmations and talking to my guys that I work with. You could be talking to your guys and stuff, and they're still trying to infiltrate. Like, why are my candles burning faster? And the black candles burning a little faster, like trying to decrease my protection faster. But we're all still protected. And then this card says, release your creative energies, make use of them in your life. So yeah, heart chakra, still release your creative energies. I'm hearing like if you're, I should be only reading for adults. Like I'll put, my readings aren't for kids. Like even though I don't necessarily cuss or talk about anything, too explicit, my readings aren't for kids. But it's not my fault if they come across it. But anyway, so if for my adults that are still like connecting with their inner child or doing shadow work, color therapy could be significant. I'm hearing like those adult coloring books, or like doing things that you like to do as a kid, like coloring books, or just taking time to reminisce about like the good times in your childhood, even if it wasn't that many good times. Just things you like to do. Maybe get back to something, or watch like a childhood TV show or a childhood movie that you enjoyed. I feel like your inner child is trying to reach out to you to kind of guide you on remembering who you are, like kind of bring you back to some aspect of your innocence so you can remember who you are. So if you're into tarot, like, I mean, obviously if you're watching this you could be into it, but if you watch tarot pick-a cards, I should try to do some pick-a cards one day, but they take me longer to do, but I'll try that down the road. So yeah, like watch a tarot pick-a-card about, you know, what is your inner child trying to tell you, because they're doing this on a daily basis and they're not going to stop anytime soon. Your good vibes, they're trying to lower your good vibes, but even when you aren't feeling the best, you're still good vibes. They're living in a fantasy, aka they're delulu. So don't really take it serious. But they definitely got beef with you, because I've been channeling all day. Like usually I could kind of just turn it off and on, or just pick and choose like how and when I want to channel. But I just kept getting this infiltration today. So even when I was trying to decide, you know, my bad to keep talking about, to keep referencing it back to me, but you know, I'm channeling from the universe and myself. So, but anyway, like I was trying to decide about what I was going to make for dinner. I'm going to make it either tonight or tomorrow. And I was going to make some fish, right, with some vegetables and rice. But then I found in my freezer like some beef. So they got beef with you. It's almost like we got beef with you. But yeah, like I forgot it was in there. Like I guess I bought it last week or whatever. But then I realized I bought it without buying the other ingredients. And then I thought to myself, okay, well, how about I just make it with the ingredients I already have in my pantry. Like even if it's not the ingredients I would have used, like try to make something out of nothing when I don't really have to. So it's like they could be trying to get you to be more resourceful for, like, once again, for their own benefit, because they want you to, like, they're trying to run you in the ground, like they're trying to get you to do all this extra shit you don't want to do, when you know you can go to the store and go back to the store and get the ingredients you want to put in your food, whatever. So I was trying to I'm gonna make a beef stew in the crock pot or whatever, right? So, but I'm like, let me think of some other stuff I can use. But no, it's like, if I really want to do that, I'm gonna do it. But it's like, I could easily go back to the store. It's like they just trying to get you to think outside the box while still keeping you in the box, because they want to use your energy, your tactics, like the way you think for them, like with compromise. But it's not upright. Like, it's really annoying. Yeah, they're not happy. They trying to make it seem like they're the ones, they're happy. That's the truth. Like, they're happy where they're at. Like, didn't I just channel Robin Thicke's song Lost Without You? But you ain't lost without them, so that's what pisses them off. Like, they know you don't need them, but they need you. And like, when I finally, you know, made a decision in my mind, like, okay, you could be an observer, I just burst out laughing, because like, but it was like an anxious laugh. It was like a oh my gosh pity laugh. It was like oh my gosh, like you're that desperate. And that's the only time they give you the truth. Like when you really stand on business, then they trying to come correct and then love bomb you for a little bit. Yeah, see with acquaintances, they trying to just be your acquaintance again, but they ain't no damn. They some goddamn kidnappers, bro. Like they trying to kidnap you and your ideas and, you know, kidnap your happiness. And it's funny because I was just talking about how this reading isn't for anyone under 18, and it's like they're trying to kidnap like what brings you joy. They're just trying to take still. With yes at the bottom of that deck. So what else, universe? What else, PD? Spirit guides. They're still work with your spirit guides that you chose. Like if you still, you know, these higher powers that you've been subject to, because when we get here, like I said before, when we all get here, like God or whatever religion we're born into. Because for example, let's say somebody was born into like being a Muslim, right? And somebody else was born being a Christian. So maybe for that Christian who was born Christian, going, you know, and learning about Islam is probably helpful for them just to give them a different perspective. But for the Islamic person, going to Christianity could be helpful for them because it's different than what they were born with. So it's like, that's why it's important to not always compare yourself to somebody else's journey, because somebody might be like, well, why are you studying this? Because I was born into it and it didn't work for me, you know. But it's because I wasn't born into that religion, or you weren't, you know, like you're telling a person like, well, I wasn't born into this, I have to just go elsewhere. So when I bring it back around, you know, in my mind, try to gain clarity, like it actually works. So like you really, I mean, it's not bad to ask somebody what works for them, but you shouldn't get caught up in like what works for others, because like that's something I used to do like a lot, because I was trying to figure out who I was and how to just achieve like what I want with confirmation. And I kept looking at people that I aspired to online, and I'm just like, and I would try what they would try, and I mean, it would kind of like, and I could see how it was working a little bit, but it's not true to me. Like it wasn't, eventually I couldn't stay consistent with what they were doing because it wasn't me. Like, I mean, I'm not saying it's not a good starting point, but don't get like too obsessed with other people's journeys, because, you know, you can't compare your chapter 5 to somebody else's chapter 25. Like, we all have our own books that we're writing with our experience in life. You don't know what that person's been through. You only know what they're showing you and what they've told you. Everybody has their own inner secrets and things that they don't tell anyone. Like, so like you're not, basically you can't walk in anyone else's shoes. Like, you really can't. Like, so, and it may be harder to just go on your own faith. And like I said, you know, I still have people that I aspire to and that inspire me, but I try to be mindful about like getting too wrapped up in what they have to say, to the point where like I'm not listening to my own heart or my own mind. You know, throat chakra energy, like you know, you could be working a lot on yourself, and then you notice that your chakras are starting to get imbalanced, right? Or they're not imbalanced. They're starting to come into balance. And then, you know, let's say you start getting some resistance. You're like, oh shit, like I'm doing something wrong. Like, no, like there's a phrase where it's like, if you don't have haters, you're not doing something right. Like, if you have nobody hating on you and everybody loves you, you're doing something wrong, honey, okay? But if you have haters, you're doing something right. And once again, I'm gonna, you know, There's this song off Jay-Z's. He's my favorite rapper, even though he's like about to retire. But he's been saying that for years, but he really like older now. But in his 2007 album American Gangster, he was like talking about you can, and it's by, what's that dude's name, that actor? I don't know the actor's name, but it's some like older white man, and he was like, but now he's from them gangster movies that you be watching, that we be watching. He was like, you could be successful and have enemies, or you could be unsuccessful too and have friends. You know, and you hear a lot of successful people talk about, you know, they have a lot of enemies. So success doesn't mean you have a bunch of friends around you. Like, even the successful person knows once they get to that point and they make so-called partnerships or friendships, that those people around them are all enemies, because they say keep your friends close but your enemies closer, right? But they're all like undercover hecklers, like they're all hecklers. But if you were unsuccessful and didn't have nothing going for you, because you could be, you know, quote unquote, you can have quote unquote money and live a comfortable life. What was I saying? You could have quote unquote money and a comfortable life and still have nothing going for you, because you're friends with people who are like in the same tax bracket, blah blah blah. But like, how do I say this? I don't know. Like, let's say you're comfortable, but then you stop like trying to like evolve. You're just like, okay, I got this, so I'ma just like stay in this energy. And like, you know, you have a bunch of friends around you it's like anybody's tax bracket. It's like whether you're poor, whether you're middle class, or whether you're high class. You know, like if you're not evolving spiritually or trying to like be better, like even if you're fine staying in that tax bracket the rest of your life, like if you're not growing internally, if you're not growing internally, it's like, you know, it's like you're gonna start being unhappy. You know, money is not the answer to happiness. Like, it does make you more comfortable, but you know, maybe that person who is comfortable in their lifestyle, they made that decision internally, like, hey, I don't want to keep ruffling feathers, so I'm gonna just stay here and just ride it out till I die type shit. So I mean, that's their decision, you know, like that's your decision. Like, some people are, you know, fine just being right above the poverty line, and there ain't nothing wrong with that, like shit, you know. Or some people are fine, you know, being poor, because sometimes when you're poor, you only have a certain few things to worry about, and then once you get that out the way, like, you could chill, and then you know you're fine. But then that's another thing. If you're fine, it's just levels to this. If you're fine being poor, like, then these energies are gonna try to make you think you need money, like extra money or something like that. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, like, if you're content, period, and you want to just like say, fuck success, fuck society's version of success, I'ma just stay where I'm at and be cool with it. They're not gonna let you slide like that either. They're gonna keep trying to put you in a state of unrest. Like, that's the whole higher ups' main goal. Like, even the people that are in the higher ups themselves, the other higher ups, it's like they be fighting too. Like, that's why they need you, like whoever you are, chosen one, star seed. Because even the ones in the higher ups, do you think they be happy? Like, that's why there's all these political scandals coming out, and the people in that arena, they go to jail or they be put on trial and stuff like that, or they like lose a shit ton of money, or like some type of scandal, whatever type of, loopholes, tax evasions, or whatever that they're involved in. Whoever they was working with ended up turning on them, and then everything goes haywire. There's no honor amongst thieves, and they could have had a deal, and then somebody disagreed, and then so it happens on every level of, every level of social class or whatever. Or you could be middle class and you like trying to start a business, and you started off with, like, there's some YouTube channels I watched like years ago where this girl, this is like several YouTubers, when the whole making a lip gloss business was like a thing, and they kind of started with somebody else, and then for some reason, like, it was like two people, and then sometimes one person, they would start having disagreements, and then they decided to split up and go their own way, and then the other person would like take all the ideas and like everything and like copy all of it and make it their own, or like they would do that, and then the other person, like, they would just break off and do their own business. But if it was both of y'all business and then one person just takes everything for themselves, and then the other person has to like start from scratch and stuff like that. But yeah, so like that's the whole thing about working in groups, or like singing groups that break up, and then there you have to go solo, and then usually like only one or two people make it solo and stuff like that. Or there's people who have anything you're trying to do, like there's gonna be somebody that's gonna try to get there faster with this whole shortcuts and stuff like that. Because then there is this girl I used to watch on YouTube. I haven't even really watched my favorite YouTubers in a while, because I've just been watching a lot of spirituality stuff. But she had a clothing business, and she had a YouTube, she had an Instagram, like all the main platforms. And then she found, I guess her customer found like another Instagram page making the same exact clothes, same exact logo, stuff like that, and it was nothing she could do about it. I guess she tried to, like, I don't know, like report something about what they were doing, and I think the people were in another country doing it too, so like she had, she built all that from the ground up by herself. She didn't even have nobody working with her, and then somebody in a whole nother country copycat her whole business, and now they're making money off it, and there's nothing she could do about it. And then she was like really upset, and stuff like that, and it made her doubt like everything that she worked for, because she's like, what's the whole point of like having my business if every time I do something they're just gonna copy it and then they get to sell it and make money too? It's like it's like, what about all the work I did if somebody could just steal all my ideas and stuff like that? I don't know if she had the whole trademark and stuff, but I think she didn't think she was that, I'm not saying she wasn't big, but maybe she didn't think she needed to, like, because I know like when you're trying to get something copyrighted or trademarked, that's a hard process. Like, even if it may be an easy process, once again, the powers that be, like they put obstacles in place so you don't get what you're trying to get for your business. So then when somebody does copy you, you can't do anything about it. But maybe they want you to keep trying over and over. But for example, I was looking up one day about this one YouTuber was talking about business licenses or something like that, and how she was trying to get her license, but it was like taking a long time, or they kept running into stuff, like running into issues, and they had to get an accountant because their business has gotten big enough to where like they couldn't do the finances on their own no more. They needed outside help, and they said they were really scared about hiring outside help, but they had to, in order to get the license or something. So yeah, like, and then each state has different laws, and so I mean, it's a lot of stuff in place to like deter you from doing what you want, you know. And it's okay to cry. I'm also say that, and that's because it's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. It's like people in society like make you think like being sad and crying is weak, but you gotta get the emotions out, because or else it's gonna stay in your body, and you're gonna like you're gonna just totally like have no hope anymore if you don't cry it out. Like, these people try so hard who like run the world, so to speak, to like, you know, they try to be so hardcore and, you know, hide their emotions, but then why are they reaching out to chosen ones energetically? Why are they reaching out? Or even in the 3D, why are you reaching out to the chosen ones? Why are you reaching out to my collective? If you obviously you need something because you're doing something wrong. I mean, the first step would be show your damn emotions, because if you just keep pushing them down, like, it's not gonna help anything. Like, it's okay to sit and cry, like, or have a few days where you're crying. I don't know, just cry. Like, sometimes I don't even like crying, like, or I don't just like sitting there being sad. But I was like, you know what, like, if I don't sit and be sad, like, then something is gonna, you know, like, I'm not gonna feel right until I just get the sadness out. Because then after you, once you cry, like, those chemicals in your brain get released, and it makes you feel better. Like, usually after you cry, like, you feel better. Like, and I saw on TikTok, you know, like, when you go through a breakup and you got like a situationship, and then you know, you lay and you cry it out and stuff like that, and then like an hour or two later, you dance into your favorite songs. You know what I'm saying? So it helps get the energy out, so when you feel better, you can go back to doing what you love again. So, and I'm hearing that's something they refuse to do. Like, they don't want to be seen as weak to the people around them in their circle. I don't know, but or they don't want to be seen like they're wrong. Like, and I could see how that could be difficult, but I mean, I don't know nothing about being like in a leadership position as far as that, but it's funny how they're reaching out to chosen ones. But, you know, I'm sure if you're, and I think I did mention this in one of my other readings, like, if you're in a leadership position, you know, a lot of leaders don't like to let their, I guess, the people that they mentor, or that's like learning from them, they don't want to like have them see them make a mistake. But that's all part of the process. People make mistakes, but it does suck, you know, like, even in me in my own life, or you in your own life, nobody likes making mistakes. Like, nobody likes to have to experience that rainy day and then, you know, they wasn't prepared for it, you know. So like, it sucks for all of us, but that's the whole thing about being human. And like, these people try to act like they're gods, you know, and depending on what religion you're in, some religions are monotheistic, like Christianity, only one God, and there's some where there's many gods, you know. And so if you're polytheistic, that could be something too, because, for example, me, I'm spiritual, so you could be spiritual watching this, or you could be considering going spiritual if you're watching this. You can still be, it's like when you're spiritual, you can kind of make up your own rules, so to speak. Or if you're atheist and you're trying to still, but you still, because I even know some atheists that are like, I don't believe in God, but I know there's something out there. But it's like they want to still relate to something, but they don't want to believe in like just the one God or whatever. But you can make up your own rules, and that's really what bothers these, I'm just gonna keep saying higher ups, or like these higher powers or whatever. So as you already know, if you've watched my channel before, you know, I'm spiritual, but I guess I'm realizing now that, you know, I'm polytheistic. So like I've worked with multiple spirits over the years, and apparently, you know, there's God. A lot of the gods that you end up worshiping, they do act like humans, you know, because a lot of them have been, you know, after their death, a lot of them have been humans before, and some have just been spirits the whole time. So, but they still act human, for example. So, for example, in like African religion, or even in like other religions, they don't, if you're working with one god, and I mentioned this before, like some gods don't like working with other gods. So if you accidentally work with two gods that don't like each other, like that could mess you up too, whether you know it or not. So when I try to, you know, so what I've done is, when I want to work with a deity or entity, I usually try to do is, you know, the basic research to see, like, is there anybody that they don't like working with, because yeah, because I remember when I was researching African religion, I was trying to work with one of them at the time. I literally, like, now I don't even think I could work with the other one I was considering, because the one I was working with didn't like the other one. So now I don't even think I can work with that god or whatever. So I mean, it is what it is. Like, I picked my fate with that, like, or I'd have to, like, yeah, like, I don't know. It's still spiritual laws in place. So you just gotta be careful with that. And I've made my mistakes in spirituality. Like when I first went spiritual, a lot of things got shaken up for me, you know, and you know, a lot of people around me thought I was making the wrong decision about what I was doing spiritually, because of how my outside world was looking all disheveled. But usually when you make a major change, things are gonna shake up. But then now that I've been in spirituality for almost 10 years now, like, I'm now like in a much better place, and I'm still practicing spirituality. So, you know, those people now accept, like, the fact that whether they want to admit it or not, I know that they see that because I was persistent in my beliefs, that like everything came full circle for me, and I'm still doing I'm still practicing like what I want to practice. But yeah, so where am I at on time? Alright, so I'm gonna try to wrap this up a little bit, but so one of the last few things I'm gonna say is it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to take a step back. It doesn't mean that you're weak. And I got this analogy, you know, this is kind of like some spiritual, what do you call that? Like some spiritual mob type shit or whatever. And you didn't ask to be targeted, but usually in mob situations, there's innocent people that get dragged into it. And in this case, Starks, the chosen one, you're one of the innocent ones that got dragged into some spiritual mob shit. And at this point, you know, you're just collateral. And it's like, well, now that you know this, the higher ups are like making threats like, okay, if you keep on, like it's just gonna get worse, right? And at first she was like, well, I didn't do nothing, I ain't do shit, and none of this is my fault. How the fuck am I even part of this shit in the first place? I'm gonna just keep doing me because I know that I ain't do shit, right? But now if they're like, well, no, well, you know, they didn't want to admit it, but now they're like, okay, we acknowledge that you haven't done shit, right? We acknowledge that you're innocent, right? However, we can't tell you, we're not gonna tell you why you matter in this, at least not right now. But if you continue this, it's gonna get to the point where you have to be reprimanded somehow. And you know, I'm hearing like you could have been stubborn, and you're like, well, what the heck, like this isn't fair type shit. And no, it's not fair, chosen one star seed. But now that you're in this predicament, you have to be smart about it. So I'm channeling from the universe that it's okay to take a step back. It doesn't mean that all is lost, and it doesn't mean that you're completely bowing out. It just means that you're trying to be safe, and the saying it's better to be safe than sorry. So I guess just take that as it resonates, and yeah, take that as it resonates, but still like stand your ground, because you don't want to get so like afraid and scared that you just like neglect everything that you worked for. Because I also got in the pre-shuffle 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, I got 7 of Pentacles in reverse. So it's like you don't want to like totally like forfeit. You know, y'all seen the gangster films where like they bring an innocent person gets dragged in for whatever reason, and then the innocent person, sometimes they be like, you know, some of them are like scared shitless, and some of them are like, hold up, like, you know, I could still work an angle to this, right? And so whatever one you want to be, I'm just saying you don't have to be a 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Like that's kind of, and maybe they don't even want you to like force fit. They may even want you to keep doing what you're doing, but just do it more strategically, and then still be under their guidance or under their direction. Because now, if you know, first you were like a thorn in their side, but now they're realizing, because of the strength that you embodied, now they're seeing that, you know, they could use you too for their advantage, and whatever grand thing that they're doing. But you're like, well, I'm just worried about me, and then they're like, okay, you can still worry about you, but you know, we could what am I trying to say? You could do what you do, and then we could do what we do, and then just check in from time to time. So that's like with the compromise card. Ultimately, you still need to be careful, because like you don't want to get too sucked in. Whether you get, I don't know. Like I said, this is very energy changes like so much. Like this is just tarot, and tarot is not like for sure, because everyone has free will. So that's why when tarot readers post every single day, or if they post from one week to the next, the energy can shift like that quick, because like moves were made behind the scenes, and now the energy is obviously different. So, but yeah, so compromise may be a necessary evil, and I'm hearing necessary evil. because it's not like you want to, it's not like they want to, but either way, it's giving underdog energy. So, you know, chosen ones, we're like the underdogs right now. It's like we know they need us, but still just take the right precautions and stuff like that. And just keep moving forward. So the card I pulled, but I didn't touch on it, was divine timing. So everything's gonna be in divine timing. I'm hearing still keep a positive outlook. Don't be afraid to feel your emotions. Don't turn a blind eye either, because at this point you're far enough in it to where if you turn a blind eye, like, you can't turn a blind eye is what I'm hearing. At this point it's like you know too much. Maybe y'all should watch a gangster film or something. Some type of show where like, yeah, like some type of show, or like one of them like just a show where like, you know that show Homeland, like it's not on no more, but like a show like that where like someone, like the government is involved and then like an innocent person gets brought in, or like a gangster movie. So like watch something like that. I mean, of course it could be triggering, but you could always stop it and go back to it. But try to like decode some type of movie or TV show where it involves like people going on a mission or something like that. I'm even hearing those sci-fi alien movies could be significant, where like an alien is here and they, I don't know, something like that. So either gangster films, like missions films, military films, or like sci-fi alien invasion type films could be could be significant. Ew, are you eating your snacks? Okay. Anything else? Let me see if there's another deck I wanna pull from before we end the reading. Don't forget to recharge is what I'm hearing. Don't let go of what's important to you, because we got this protect what you love card. So still protect what you love. It's not like you won't. This is like, this too shall pass is what I'm hearing. What you over there talking about? Clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap. Clap. Okay, let's see. I still feel like I should pull from like a couple more decks. I'm kind of frustrated now. I gotta edit this in another app because I took too many breaks and now I can't edit it on the regular app anyway here. But it's alright. Like, things are being postponed. I don't know why I'm hearing Post Malone. But yeah, that song Congratulations with Post Malone in it. And oh, let's get a chakra card. So we still, us chosen one, we still gotta go, we gotta go about things a bit differently. Like some slight changes need to be made. We can't just say fuck off no more. But yeah, I just, these 4 heart chakra cards like came at like where I like just were, they were all grouped together, so I just took them all out. They all came out in reverse. So, even though they came out in reverse, oh wow, this is kind of reminding me of my TikTok reading where I got the 4 throat chakra energy. So yeah, there's these 4 like overarching energies that oppose what you're trying to go for. And throat chakra energy, even though they may be powerful, they're not expressing their truth to themselves. They're not following their heart. Because just like there's people who are born from humble beginnings, there are also people who were born, you know, in powerful families. So once again, I'm getting this with the whole mob energy. Like there's people who are born in those those powerful families, and the children of the powerful parents don't want to be like in that position. Like they want to they want to just go their own way and do what they want to do, but the powerful parents are like, no, you got to carry on the legacy. Yep, I'm getting legacy. You got to carry on the legacy and this and that. And so, you know, I'm hearing like, what the fuck, like what does that have to do with us? They want us to think more in world consciousness like that. So it's not just, and I'm not saying I agree with this, this is what I'm getting. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm getting like, you know, it's not just, you know, the people, it's not just us down here who go through these things. You know, the powerful people go through the same type of family dynamic issues, you know, as well. It's not funny, but, and I'm not even trying to like say nothing. I just feel like I'm saying stuff. Trigger warning, this is kind of like somebody who don't have, oh yeah, what was I watching? Oh yeah, there's this show called American Greed I used to watch like heavy last year. I kind of got like really into it for whatever reason. It's called American Greed, and it's people of all races, shapes, and sizes, and all types of, you know, social classes, and yeah, it's just, it was fun. It was this one episode where it was it was in the state of Georgia, and so Georgia could be significant, where it was this family of, there was a long line of lawyers, and so the children of the lawyers, basically I'm being stopped from you kind of being stopped, but they were like, obviously like they wanted the children to be the lawyers, because it was like the father was a lawyer, the grandfather, the great-grand, they were all lawyers. And so, yeah, like, and it affected the whole like town and all that and stuff. So basically, yeah, like that could be significant too. Like maybe watch that show. There's a lot of shows like that, or like those shows where like, oh, what is it called? That show about the couples that like go on these sprees. What is it called? Like, what is that? What is that term? Anyway, it's this show on like A&E, you know, them type of shows like on them channels, or it's like, or like First 48, stuff like that. So just maybe watch something like that. It's like on them, basically them, what I'm trying to say to the back, what I just said before, on them shows where like the couples, or it's like a couple and they go and commit crimes or whatever, and it's like they do anything for each other. So yeah, I can't think of the name, but that's because I'm being blocked. But you can easily go look those up, those type of shows. Alright, so universe, we got the number 31, 35, 29, and 32 could be significant. So yeah, heart chakra and throat chakra, very heavy. I would like a clarification about, you know, because before I got the 4 throat chakra cards, 4 exactly. The number 4 could be significant. And 4 represents stability and organization. So these could be 4 stable organizations. And like I mentioned in previous videos, and these 4 organizations have a monopoly. A monopoly in a business term, meaning like they got shit on lock in society, and for whatever reason, chosen ones are causing a energetic disturbance or even real life disturbance to this monopoly. So we could also be experiencing being shadow banned, or like our views are getting capped. So it's up to you if you want to keep trying to get the message out, which I don't think it's an issue getting the message out at this point. I think it's encouraged to get the message out, but just know that it's only going to be limited to a certain amount of viewers, which we already knew that, but basically like they don't want everybody to know the truth, and we're only meant to read for a small amount of people right now. So we got this clarified by the star card. I mean, we are VIPs is what I'm hearing, very important people. Like I said, we don't need them, but they need us, and the right candle just went out as I said that. So we don't need them, they need us. But because they need us, we need them, in air quotes. So we'll just kind of feel out with your heart chakra, because I feel like what they're trying to say is their heart chakra and throat chakra is closed off, or they're choosing to close it off. So we have to use our throat chakra and heart chakra to navigate properly what needs to be done or not done. I'm hearing that please do not be, now I see, okay, now I'm actually understanding why some tarot readers say what they say about, you know, we're not trying to scare you, we're just trying to get the messages. But anyway, so don't be, if you are gonna get triggered, you can stop the video now, but I'm hearing like we've already given you enough information to go off on. So it's up to you how you want to take the warning. Okay, let's get a few more. one more for the other side, please, universe. Eight of Cups reverse. Yeah, once again, you're basically a cycle is still not closed yet, and it won't be able to be closed out to move into the next paradigm until certain critical actions are taken. That's still being figured out. I'm here to stand by, but I mean, we still got to do something while we're standing by. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Six of Swords, bottom of the deck. So we are still moving into calmer waters, but clarify this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so we're not confused. Try not to be confused is what I'm hearing from the universe, because we're gonna keep receiving mixed messages that we have to decipher. How do I finish this reading, like, universe? I'm so like, I can't just end the reading like this. It's like a cliffhanger. I'm getting cliffhanger energy, but I still need a way to end this. Okay, so if the collective is not able to engage in their hobbies the way, not even hobbies, if the collective is not able to engage in what they need to do to maintain their homeostasis, and how are we any help to you? Because if we don't, then we're no help to you. This is what I'm saying, like, we're, like, shit is at a whole standstill for no... Bear with me, y'all. I'm currently communicating with the entities. I'm trying to finish this reading. The Devil in reverse. It's... I don't know how we're supposed to still free ourselves from devil energy if we still have to be attached to said devil energy. Strength card. Okay, so in this strength card in this deck, the lion has two heads and they're facing different ways. One lion is calm and the other one is roaring. Okay. We got, okay, so strength is the number 8. Okay, so the sun is at the bottom of the deck. I'm hearing, okay, spiritual work versus the greater good, spiritual work versus our own personal work. I don't understand, like, how is it still supposed to get done? I don't understand. In a fantasy, Delulu. Four swords in reverse. The Lovers in reverse. Alright, so there's like no clear advice right now from the universe. I'm just hearing with the Hierophant in reverse. Going forward, everything is ambiguous, and you kind of have to feel out every decision. So even if you usually pull cards or like meditate, just kind of like things could change at any time in the other direction, like I was saying earlier. So if you have a decision in your head about something, just make sure, like they say, like, because we just had the holidays, you know, Christmas, Santa Claus, like when you make the list, Santa Claus checks it twice. So check in with yourself twice before you make a decision. Four of Wands, and that's going to ensure stability right now. So that's the current lasting advice, and let's just get one of these cards and then we'll officially end. Excuse me. Confirmation. And try to be easygoing. I'm not saying be a pushover. I'm not saying be like a smart aleck, but just be like try to be like just more easygoing and more like just try to be like try to get along better, but you already know how to get along, so that's them. Okay. Okay, so past narcissists, we already know this. Okay, so obviously, chosen ones, we know that we're dealing with narcissistic energy, so just had to reiterate that from your past, that are these higher powers, and they understand that you understand that they are narcissistic. So still remain confident and remain 10 toes down in your purpose, because that's going to be necessary while you're dealing with them. And if you feel as though you're starting to lose yourself, check in with your shadow and check in with your inner child. And even though you're an easygoing person anyway who gets along with everyone, with them in particular, in order to keep the peace going, you know, just try to be more sympathetic to their ego, even if you don't prefer to do so. So, yeah, with you wish. And you're protected at the end of the day. Crown chakra energy, your crown chakra is protected. You are protected anyway, I'm saying, but your crown chakra in particular is protected. And if still keep your wishes, like don't lose everything you've worked for. So the universe is trying to just give you a little pep talk, okay? So they don't want you to stop everything you've been working on. Just be a little more sympathetic, but don't go too far to regressing back, because it'll cause them to regress back. Okay, everyone's depending on you now, chosen one. It's all on you. Okay, chosen one starseed, I apologize in advance if you feel like you're carrying a burden that you didn't wish to carry. Okay, but it's all on you. So just all you can do is try your best, and things should work out. All right, everyone. So take those last messages that I pulled as it resonates. You are single, but you're attached to, a higher power that has a certain set of intentions. Be careful. You could be working with the fire sign energy and the earth sign. You are protected. This is regarding something happening 1 to 4 months from now. And try to maintain your happiness. Because everything is on you, you are like a living sacrifice, completing a mission, a vital mission for the universe. But don't fret. Everything will work out the way it needs to, and you are protected. So thank you, everyone. I apologize once again in advance if it took me a while and I was just drag out the remaining messages, but I was able to get it on the table. And yeah, this is Bree with Reads and Rituals. See you next time.